In our travels this week, we wanted to focus on the approaching Earth Day, the 40th time we've celebrated Earth Day, so we didn't go too far away from home. We were down in the state of Virginia, specifically over here, Northampton County and the town of Cape Charles. As you can see, this is the Chesapeake Bay. It is right on the southern tip of the Chesapeake Bay. Why we were there? We wanted to go out on the bay to get a sense of how the pollution is affecting. These are crabs here. These are clams, excuse me, bait for the crabs offshore. We wanted to get a look at it there, but we also came on shore. This is Don Pierce. He lives in the northern bay, in the town of Cape Charles. 972 full-time residents. They rely on tourism. They rely on visitors in the summertime. It's an interesting community. Barack Obama won that county in the election, but at Kelly's Gingernut Pub, fried pickles, crab cake, and fun conversation. Is the government, specifically the new administration, is it helping, is it hurting, or does it not matter what Washington does?
Well, I think it definitely matters what they do, but I don't think spending money we don't have is going to help too much.
The thing that really worries me, some of the initiatives that have been put forth, like raising minimum wage from $6.50 to $9.50 an hour. $9.50 an hour for a minimum wage person over here translates for me to a $14 cheeseburger.
Let me just get a sense with a show of hands if you voted for Obama in November. That's one, okay? You only get one vote, one hand. You voted for McCain?
I voted for McCain. I was 100% a McCain guy, but that was where I went.
What'd you do?
Ron Paul.
We're about a week away from 100 days. Some people say that's a good time to, take an early test of an administration. Other people say 100 days is meaningless. Has Barack Obama changed your life or your community at all in 100 days, for better or worse?
There's no way he could change it in 100 days. He's the President of the United States. He's not my neighbor.
Huh.
He has changed mine. I teach full-time at Old Dominion University over in Norfolk, and having an African-American in the White House has changed the whole feeling of my classes. It truly has. I mean, I think that having African-Americans and other minority groups see what's possible is empowering beyond anything I can even conceive of.
I think the jury is definitely still out, but I think he's definitely come back much more to the left than the way he ran, which is a normal thing. I think he's showing some signs that he is really leaning to a much more socialistic view of things, a world view of things, rather than a United States view of things.
You're wincing a little bit when he says this, more of a socialist left position. You sort of had a little bit of a rapport.
I've always been a socialist, so that's all right with me. But I hear what he's saying. Absolutely. Right. Yeah.
But if you let me end on this one. If you had 5 minutes, if the president walked through that door to have a beer in here, or you had 5 minutes with him in the Oval Office, what would you say or what would you ask?
I'd ask him to trust the citizens of this country to make it right, and not ask the government to take over and to make the decisions for this country.
I like what he says. I would tell Barack Obama to spend more time in his garden that he's just planted and with that dog, and to clear his head and remember the dream, and try to clear away some of the dogma and the pressures that obviously come with that job.
I'd say don't worry so much about bailing out the big banks and General Motors, and think a little bit more about bailing out some of the people that are not going to have any recovery from money that supposedly is going to trickle down to us.
A fun conversation and fabulous food there at Kelly's. And for more on our trip to Cape Charles, Virginia, check out my weekly column on CNN Politics.